Hey everyone, welcome back for more Disco Elysium. This is Laurence. I can get Dixon with me this time just because of scheduling conflicts, and also the fact that I spent a little bit more time putting this PC together than I expected. So I'm just gonna continue the game. But yeah, gonna see how the game runs with the new setup. Hopefully the recording will look marginally better. We'll see. So let's keep going. Alright, let's... No? Here, let's talk.
Hello, sir. Step right in. The store is open.
I am the law.
I know, sir.
Yep. Stomps her feet to feel warmer.
Are you interested in a new and exciting book?
Not really in the leave? Nah, I'm gonna talk. What kind of
It's a
store is
bookstore,
this?
sir.
It's a bookstore,
We sell
yeah.
books, postcards, and some board games. It's called Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People.
Whoa. Hold your horses, little girl.
What is a book? Wow, all these answers, amazing. What is a book?
That is a book. They have stories inside them. It's like someone told you a story in a really long letter.
What's a
A
postcard?
postcard is a small cardboard picture. You can write a few words on the other side and send it to your friend or beloved.
She is unfazed by your questions. She would consider it impolite to point out any perceived weirdness.
Very polite. What's a board game?
Board games are like little games on a table, made to pass the time. There are several different ones, but sailors here mostly buy cards.
Interesting.
My
Thanks.
pleasure. Anything else you'd like to know?
Yeah, gonna ask you some real
Okay,
questions.
sir. I'll try to answer any questions you have. I hope they're about books.
Unfortunately, they're not.
My name is Annette, sir. My mum, her name is Plaisance. She owns the store. She's inside minding the register or organising the stock. Feel free to step in and browse our wares.
You're standing out here because...
I'm signalling that the store is open. Otherwise, people might not know. They'd miss out on the crime, romance, and biographies of famous people.
Yeah, my guy is totally clueless. Like, come on.
A sudden gush of wind turns the pages of the books on the counters. She covers her face, smiling. But she's cold.
I feel like I should do something for her. I could help by brutally dismantling the free market. Nah. She seems nice. Can I help?
Kind of you to offer, sir.
What could you do to help her anyway?
Maybe I can have the word with store owner.
Oh, no, sir. I'm happy to help Mum by luring in customers. Besides, I have some hot juice in my vacuum bottle to keep warm.
Alright. Shouldn't you be at school or
I do
something?
my studies at home at the moment. I have to help Mum keep this place running.
Is school more important than this?
Mum says it's necessary to do both because it builds character.
What the heck happened
Mum
with
says
the
a proper worker
graphics?
is dutiful. That's how you get ahead in life. You succeed.
How's
Mum
business?
says it's peachy. She was a little afraid at first. There's talk about this house being cursed.
Maybe I can solve that
Behind
issue.
her, the window has been boarded up. You sense the boards creaking, twisting for a second, and some kind of doubt in her tense shoulders.
Cursed in what way?
Cursed in the way that makes them say that no business has ever really thrived here, sir. That they all go...
Ass up? Bankrupt. Bankrupt.
Exactly. But we've been doing fine so far.
Maybe I should look into this.
We can go into the bookstore and ask about the case, but I don't see much more to look into here.
Yes, please do look at our wares inside. The postcards and board games you asked about are also there, sir.
Okay, at least she's not trying to hide something. At least that I know of. What about the other failed
Nothing
businesses?
really, sir. Mum doesn't allow me to sneak around in the back rooms or the cellar. I don't really know what's there.
How does this curse manifest itself?
It does not manifest itself in any way. It does not exist. I liked it better when we were talking about whether it's appropriate to stand out in the freezing weather.
I agree. Fine, I'll show you. Fine, show what?
Anything else you wanted to talk about, sir?
Enough about the curses
Maybe
for
I can tell you about some of
now.
our books instead.
What's this crime business?
Crime fiction is about murders or burglaries or things like that, and the work of a policeman or a private detective who's trying to solve a crime and catch the criminals.
Oh my god, why would you... Hold on. Crime murder gets people... Yeah. Like, I need to know what crime is? Like, what? I don't even know what that question is. Like, you're a freaking cop, right?
And it's kind of like a puzzle too. You can guess who the criminal is or how the good guys are going to catch him.
Yeah, I'm police myself.
You don't look much like a policeman.
Oh! Well, what does a cop look like then?
Didn't mean to offend, sir. Sorry, sir. It's just that you don't look like Dick Mullen.
Oh, Dick Mullen. Try to avoid this whole line of dialogue? No. I gotta answer with one of these. I used to be exactly like that Mullen guy, then I decided to live a little.
What's that mean?
Now cut loose, raise hell, blow
And
off
everything's better now,
steam.
sir?
I don't know.
Why is that?
Man can never be truly happy with who he is.
Oh, okay. I shouldn't have said that thing about Dick Mullen.
Okay, it's not your body that's important police work. Anyway, it's your head.
Head? Yes.
Yep.
No, it's your soul. Your blue soul. No, your resilience.
Huh. Total disregard for personal safety? What would my superstar guy say? Grit. Yeah, disregard for personal safety.
That's a bit childish.
Yeah, I don't want to say that to a little girl.
Say what, sir?
Not Dick Mullen sucks.
Of course, sir. He's just a fictional character. He's no match for you.
Wow.
Maybe you can show me some real police work, sir. Like in the books.
Let's do it.
You failed to
No!
deduce anything substantial.
Damn it.
She waits intently.
I can deduce that you're very small.
Come on, don't be silly. That's not a proper deduction.
What is romance? Why would you ask a girl this? Ask a little girl this? Hmm. But
It's
sure.
the type of book where there's a rich lady and she has to choose between the good man and the bad man.
Mm-hmm.
Or there could be a story about a poor lady getting a rich man. It's about man and lady business, sir.
Or a man getting a rich lady? What about when everyone is poor?
That's really not a proper romance story. That's more like everyday life.
Oh, dang. Yeah, but poor people are boring. Yeah, sometimes you gotta write about real life things. Slice
Not
of
in
life,
romance books,
per
sir.
se.
These are about nice and pretty people, and everyone is happy in the end.
Poor man getting rich
It
lady?
happens, but usually the guy gets rich in the process. Or should actually be rich himself, but has lost his family property unjustly, like during the revolution or something.
I see.
Those are unhappy books, for most of the pages. People sad about what they have lost, but then it all turns out just fine in the end.
What about when both of the men are bad?
These are not very common. You can't have a choice between bad and bad. Nobody wants to read a story like that.
What if it's written really well?
Maybe then it's fine. Maybe if the lady then decides not to pick either because she doesn't need a bad man. Yes, that would be interesting.
What about a book where the man and lady business doesn't work out at all?
I haven't read many of those. Maybe you should ask Mum.
Ah. Maybe I will.
I'm sure she can help out. Anything else you're curious about?
Enough about romance.
some
Got
about
other
other books?
questions. Who
Oh,
are these
kings
famous
and queens
people?
and generals of old, or artists and writers, or musicians, those kinds of people. There's usually something extraordinary about them. I think that's why people read them, to find the secrets of their fame.
Can I become famous by reading one of these books? Yeah, that's how it works. I'm already a superstar. Ah, fine, let's
I
try
don't
it.
know about that, but I imagine life is great when you're famous.
I don't know. I think of myself as a superstar, so I feel like the answer would be fame sounds delicious.
Why would they do that, sir?
Because I'm a superstar cop. Exactly.
That's so cool. Maybe they'll make you a book cover picture and everything. Standing over a dead body, holding a gun.
That just sounds like I shot someone. Wait, what? Wait. Can't I ask her about the case? Oh, come on. Alright, let's take a look at some of these. Alright, different types of books. Book about pate. This book appears to be erotica, but without actual erotica. What? Alright. What is this? What's in here? Is there something I can get?
This Post Lavantorie mail collection box has been heavily vandalized with graffito. A closer inspection reveals 2 bullet holes in the front.
Yeah, good mail delivery box. Did nothing wrong. What's my buddy
The
gonna
box
say?
seems happy.
Oh, fantastic.
Eat shit pig, fucked by the coon, and St. G with a crown have been scribbled on it. Jenny is a whore, and best set mailbox also.
Feel, man. Feel you.
The mail collection box seems cathartic.
Oh, wow.
Thankfully, even. So do you. You shudder.
Healed my morale.
Then you swallow.
Fantastic.
And then suddenly, you see it. Over all the other graffitos, someone has, using the tip of a very sharp knife, cut the words, Revachon forever.
Nah, I'm not gonna kick the box. Come on. So I was here already. Hold on. Let's go back here. Let's go in the shop. Let's talk to this little girl's mom. Oh, I don't know. Is she gonna be a fun person to talk to? Books and molten candy.
The display rack is brimming with worn paperbacks featuring an extremely muscular, sword-wielding barbarian on the cover. Nearly all the titles contain the word Hyundai somewhere.
I'm gonna talk to her first before I look around.
Welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People. My name is Plaisance.
Plaisance.
Be
Hello.
welcome, and please take responsibility for the energy you bring into this space.
What energy?
A golden pendant hangs around the woman's neck in the shape of what looks like a tiny fish head trapped in amber.
Sure, I'll ask about
Oh
the pendant.
yes, helps to have an anchor in these times.
Are you the owner?
I am the proudest owner of our little shop of culture.
She has fine-tuned her voice to find the most welcoming approach for attracting new customers. It doesn't work.
Yeah, seriously, it's not working. What if I want to
Goodness,
buy a book?
You were already doing good, browsing the shelves. Why'd you stop? Don't you feel compelled? Go, go.
Oh my
Get back
god.
there. The books
She
await
kind
you.
of sucks. What type of books
Everything
do you
is on
have?
the shelves. Take a look yourself. The shelves compel you, don't they?
Oh my god.
She's attempting to mentally direct you towards the shelves. She only wants you to buy the goods. She doesn't care about the books.
Oh wow. Do you even know what books you have for
Truth
sale?
be told, not really. My sister brings in most
Oh.
of the goods. I'm sure it's all very literary stuff with well-written prose. But you don't learn about the important things in life from fabricated stories.
Yeah, shouldn't you care about your wares?
I provide a valuable service. As long as people buy books, I'm fine.
Okay, I can see why store's in trouble.
The truth is available if you just know where to look, and you have to open and free your mind to understand.
Alright. I want to ask more other
She
questions.
smiles
Oh,
and
okay,
nods,
alright.
seemingly relieved.
Grill outside mentioned this place is cursed.
Who said that? Annette?
I'm getting in
I will have a
trouble.
word with her. This place is not cursed. It has a robustly magnetic energy. Good for commercial activity. My business is thriving, sir.
Feel like I knocked her out.
Doesn't feel like it's thriving. Feels ghostly.
Yep. Your daughter's just standing outside, right?
Annette, yes, my daughter. I hope she wasn't slacking off again with her nose in science fiction. Tell me, was she at her post doing her job like a proper girl?
Yeah, of course.
Wonderful. Did you talk to her?
Yes?
Great. On a scale of 1 to 10, how compelled were you to buy books after talking with her?
10.
Her opinion of her daughter depends on how well she lured you into the store.
Yeah, I'm not gonna grade. Feel like this person wouldn't care. Just gonna give her a 10. Say,
My
It's great.
precious, her dedication brings joy to my heart. If you have children, I hope they turn out as great as Mayonette.
I'm here to dismantle free market and abolish child labor. Ah. Feel like she's kind of a Karen. How much do I want to fight this? Abolish child labor. Yes,
You must
abolish
be
child
kidding.
labor.
There's nothing like that happening.
How much do you pay the kid? Why would you ask this question? She's no way paying the
Good,
kid.
sir. What does a young child do with money anyway? No, I save it for her, as a fund. She's securing her financial future out there.
Yeah, sure you are.
Slap the cuffs on her.
Ah. No, I feel like... Nope, not gonna do that.
Indeed. Are we done with the jokes now?
And what jokes?
Yes, we've had quite enough fun here. Right.
I might come back and lock you up. We'll see. What you're handling
Mind your
here
own
feels
business,
wrong.
sir. In our society, people don't get to tell each other how to raise their children. It's none of your or anyone's business.
Yeah. I am a cop, though.
The woman before you scans the store, her shoulders rigid and tense. Every now and then, she nudges her glasses.
Yeah, I feel like the child labor thing isn't great. I'm gonna look around first. Maybe revisit later. Magazines. There. Recipes.
A small mountain of colorful board game boxes. There are numerous types of games for all ages. A lot of shelf space seems to be taken up by Wirral-related merchandise.
Look
An
through.
endless variety of source books, law books,
Mhm.
and codices litter the table. The topmost book is titled Welkin Compendium. Second, there's also a large hardbound tome with intricate cover art, The Hunters of Catawak, Boreal Creature Compendium, and a Pick Your Path adventure game book titled Tales of Wirral, Cavern of Velkrag.
Anything that really catches my
There's
eye?
a box that
Yes,
says
yes.
Wirral, 3rd edition Mega Setting Supplements Module. The side panel notes, a fantastique adventure board game, new maps and miniatures. A sticker on it displays 25 real.
$25.
Nonsense for anemic Beano-clads.
Well, I don't really have much money, right? So... What games
Wonderful
do you have
board
here?
games, sir. The Viticulturist is a classic for sure, or perhaps you'd like Archipelagos of Insulinda, a very educational game for those interested in geography. Browbritter is a fun game of economic competition, but can get quite intense after a while. We have games for the whole family. You can play with your children.
Who are you going to play board games with? Do you have friends or family?
Oh, wow, I have children, a family. Do I have friends?
Are you actually friends? Or just colleagues thrown together by circumstance?
Kids, friends, chicks, I have all of those,
Then
yes.
you're a lucky man, officer. Children are the greatest of treasures.
Yeah, I can tell with how you treat your own daughter.
For playing with friends, I'd recommend Suzerainty. It's a civilization building game where you build a civilization, then set off to brutally colonize and repress other civilizations. It'll cost 12 real.
Brutally colonize and repress.
Lousy auras there. No, role-playing games are popular among those types. You know, who are into those kind of things. Personally, I don't like it. Not at all.
Yeah, I would have guessed.
I've heard they turn people into occult enthusiasts. That they have rituals where they try to summon entities. Highly immoral stuff. You can still buy them, though.
At least she actually knows her products somewhat.
The display rack is brimming with worn paperbacks featuring an extremely muscular, sword-wielding barbarian.
Look
Rows
through.
and rows of Heimdall men blur your vision. You make out some titles. Man from Heimdall and the Mammoth Riders. Man from Heimdall, Return to Heimdall. And the solipsistic Man from Heimdall and the Heimdall Man.
How many are there?
Maybe 100. Man from Heimdall and the sages at the end of the world. Man from Heimdall and the false god. Man from Heimdall and the scorched earth. Man from Heimdall,
Holy
the
crap.
Heimdall colonies. Man from Heimdall and the swamp beast. Man from Heimdall and the snow crabs. Those snow crabs are worse than they sound.
Is that all?
Not even close.
Oh my
Man
god.
from Heimdall in hell. Man from Heimdall and the forest of slaves. Man from Heimdall under the lake. Man from Heimdall, Heimdall burning. There's even The Trial of Death, a pastoral combat game book set in the world of Heimdall Man, and so much more.
I love that it's pain threshold. Do any of the books call out to me? I can do it.
Nothing of
Oh,
interest.
come on.
Only silence and the cosmic background pain
Man,
radiation.
failing all these rolls today. Tell me about these Muscleman
Man
books.
from Heimdall. A very popular series of adventure novels. They're awfully immoral and violent books.
Hmm.
Blood and violence, scantily clad women, epic narratives, all those mystical things he encounters. They're bound to grab those with little imagination and nothing to do.
Sounds good. Which one should I
What
start
does it
with?
matter? They're all the same. However, the customer is always right, they say.
Oh my god. She sucks.
If you're a novice of the series, I'd recommend Heimdall Man, the man from Heimdall. It's supposed to be a good introduction to the series.
Leave. Can't believe I failed that roll. Let's try that after. Can't get there.
These shelves are overburdened with books from the same series. You see the name Dick Mullen over and over.
What's all this crime fiction?
Crime, robberies, murders, even sexual crimes. We're fortunate to have Dick Mullen and his stories to sort all that out. You're a police officer, apparently. You should buy all of these. They really do teach a person how to be a proper
Oh,
detective.
wow. I feel like that's a dig at me.
Crime
Look
fiction
through.
is a disgrace. An asinine misrepresentation of the physical attributes of the arduous everyday work of actual police officers. These books greatly overstate the excitement of police work, glossing over how long it takes to actually follow up on leads and eliminate dead ends. What's more, they completely ignore the psychological hardships of year after year coming into contact with people during the worst days of their lives. Not a single mention of all the stress this work creates upon the officer's family. Detective fiction just doesn't tell the truth at all. Now, Would you like a list of all the books found on the shelf?
Hell yeah, sure thing.
You see Dick Mullen on the job. Get Me Mullen. The stalwart adventures of Richard P. Mullen. Dick Mullen and the Murder in the Orchard. The Sordid Affair of Dick Mullen.
Get Me Dick Mullen's a pretty good title.
A killing is declared. Dick Mullen in the murder house. The final case of Dick Mullen. An obvious lie. Dick Mullen in the clock tower. The ordeals of Dick Mullen. Dauntless Dick. Dick Mullen's funeral pyre. The murder of Dick Mullen.
Yeah, Dick Mullen dies? Come on.
Oh no, turns out he faked it to solve the
Of
case.
course. There any more?
Yes, there's also the dame who did it. Farewell, my Mullen. Faking death seems to be a common trope in the Mullen series. The morbid tales of Dick Mullen. A dark tide turns. Tragedy calls for Dick Mullen. Another one with fake death.
Of course.
And, of course, Dick Mullen, the murderer.
Oh,
In
shit.
order to catch a murderer, Dick Mullen must become the murderer. Come on. This is not the way real police solve crimes. The real police are some 20 kilometers away, sitting in an armored motor carriage.
Come on, Chester. Tell the story again.
Again? Man, I tell that one at least once a month. It's not that interesting.
The fuck it is. And these guys haven't heard it. You see, Chester here.
Chester faked his own death once. I didn't finish his line. What?
Gosh, why?
A very fucking dangerous case, ain't that right, Chester? They almost got you that time.
Yeah, sure came close. Alright, so I was tailing this guy called Francis the Shoe.
After all this, you still haven't found the answer to the one question that matters. Who is Dick Mullen?
Reactions. Let's fucking go.
Your attempt to grasp
Oh
at the
my
answer
God.
fails. It seems very close by, pulsating just out of reach.
Leave. Picture book. Fascist magic. What's this?
Several maps have been attached to a bulletin board hidden inside the alcove. They're held up by small pins. The board has come loose from one corner. The maps look old and faded. Your eye catches a map of Insulinda, a map of Revachol, and a map of Martinez.
Let's go one by one.
This large map displays archipelagos. You see a constellation of small dots on the light blue emptiness of the Insulindic Ocean. The largest in the northeast is La Caillou. You are here. Another far away in the southwest, Seminese Islands, Ile de Fantôme,
What else?
Ozon, Laurentide, Fas a la Mer, Archipelagos, North Arcade Islands. All in the northeast, a dust mite stands on the north coast of Caillou in a bookstore. It's you.
And all these names I'm not going to remember, so
Radiating
might just
outwards
tab
from
past
you,
a lot of
the
these.
suzerain Revachol. With a radius of 80 kilometers, still, the crown jewel of this Isola would be barely visible.
Can you see cities on the
You
islands?
can, on Caillou, Revachol, a single black star, on Ozon, Fondelier, and Vilmandu, on
Holy
archipelagos,
crap.
lost little pearls of light, tiny fires in the dark. The ocean breaks apart
edges,
into a
holy
tangle
crap.
of cosines and azimuths, all pointing into pale nothingness. Muindi is the north azimuth. Grad is the north
Yep.
connections to other worlds. Words past the Insulindian, unknown to you. You only know you have little idea what they are. Distant stars, gods, but looking at them makes you feel almost non-existent. Whatever they are, the Isolas are immeasurably large compared to you, and very, very far away. Perhaps they are gods, gods of distance and outer dust.
Alright, not gonna read these other ones.
I'm
Can I buy
sorry,
these?
officer. The map of Martinez is the only one available. The other two are not for sale anymore. And besides, you could scarcely afford them.
Damn.
They're quite valuable, though they might not look it. The map of Martinez is 90 cents, though.
Why is it so cheap?
That old thing. It's an out-of-date map of a tourist location that never was nor came to be. From when some design studio people tried to spruce the place up 4 or 5 years ago, they also renovated the horse statue, set up those coin-operated viewers, and designed the new street lamps.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't get that far, for some reason. A shame the project never got going. Would be nice if someone fixed Martinez up. All these ruins are bad for business.
Yeah, not gonna steal it for now. Just gonna leave. Anything else here? This bookshelf has nothing.
This bookstore is not strictly about crime, romance, and biographies of famous people. There's also a wide range of paranatural literature.
Alright,
Amidst
let's
the
look.
various books, you find one written by someone named Matthias W. Dundas. It's about wholeness, unity, balance. The point of the book, and many others on this shelf, is to give people medicinal advice in situations where they don't have access to paid health services.
How's that
It
work?
serves platitudes, while also telling everyone that traditional medicine, the kind people don't have access to, and which costs more than this book, is garbage and would only give you cancer anyway, without even curing your cold or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Wholeness, unity, balance, on the other hand, can basically take care of anything. Though it is important to note,
Yes.
when it's up to your mind to heal yourself, then it's because of your mind that you're ill in the first place.
Let's say anything
The book
else.
features chapters on topics such as how to find magnesium. It
Okay.
even lists plants you can harvest magnesium from. How to continue drinking if you're an alcoholic who has destroyed his
Oh,
liver.
perfect.
And there's even a chapter on the ancient Seraise tradition of using duck gallbladder preservatives to treat and prevent sexually transmitted diseases. Pre and post factum apply. Nothing worth buying. This is just mundane garbage. What's even paranatural about this?
What books are these?
Sir, please, no browsing in that shelf. That wisdom is not for free.
Oof.
I can't have you end up, like, opening a police store next door and stealing my customers. Oh no!
Wait, what? Alright. Oh. Find something truly otherworldly. I better pass this one. Gotta get
The
one
throbbing
roll.
in your head
Yes.
increases with every passing moment you gaze at this shelf. Suddenly, as if out of nowhere, a small green book becomes apparent. The title of it reads, Medicinal Purposes of the Pearl.
What's the
The
pale?
book contains very little explanation on the matter. This knowledge seems to be taken for granted.
What's the
The
book
book
about?
contains descriptions of various pseudoscientific therapies, alternative medicines, and folk remedies involving the pearl, also known as le territoire. For example, it recommends vigorously swatting one's naked body with a venik or hand broom, made from the leafy twigs of a young birch tree from the near pearl. Even better if you can find someone else, preferably a large man dressed in nothing but a towel, to thrash you while you're spread naked and
What
helpless
the
on a
heck?
cool slab.
Sounds painful.
It is supposedly invigorating and good for the circulation.
What
It
else?
also recommends consuming distilled spirits like vodka or whiskey that have been aged in the pearl. Readers are instructed to cover these jars in a shallow hole just inside the pearl and leave them there for 30 to 60 days, depending on the potency desired.
And what does this pale age liquid do?
Among other benefits, it is alleged to restore a damaged liver to perfect health.
I should probably get my hands on some of that. What else is in here?
For general health and well-being, readers are encouraged to take regular strolls through the pale, though a sidebar cautions readers to limit each stroll to less than an hour. These strolls promise to cleanse the mind of worries and the body of toxins, especially if the perambulator performs this ritual in the nude. Nudity figures prominently in a number of these prescriptions. This is exactly what you need.
Yeah, this is exactly what you
I
need.
don't know. I don't want to be the party pooper, but this pale territory sounds sort of dangerous. Maybe you shouldn't walk in it naked.
Anything else to
There's an
note?
entire section devoted to cures for men who are struggling to perform their marital obligations.
I certainly don't need
You
that.
close the book and return it to its place on the shelf.
I do want to buy it. What's my money situation? Whoa, whoa, whoa. What's my money situation like? Hold on. I actually haven't really looked through this. Whoa. Track down your badge, sing karaoke. Huh. Oh, I should... Okay, maybe I should get a map. Let's see. Is there Oh, maybe I can't do it while I'm in this menu. Okay, let's check my inventory. Oh, sorry. Whoa. Yeah, I didn't know that heals had healing items. Is there no money here? Bullets. Yeah, I can't really tell what having these equipped do. Alright, let's see if I can actually get a map.
Several maps. The maps look old and faded. Your eye catches a map of Insulinda, a map of Revachol, and a map of Martinez.
Oh, I guess I don't have money. Okay, alright. See if I can go here.
You see a set of tattered curtains blocking the way to another room. A strange cage-like trinket dangles from the curtains.
Excuse me, officer. The back room is strictly for employees only.
What's behind the curtains?
Nothing. Now please go back to browsing the books. Don't you feel compelled to look at the books? The books are all you care about.
Oh
Oddly
my god,
enough,
she sounds...
the more she tries to draw you away from the curtains, the more alluring they become.
Check the trinket.
You see some kind of charm, an irregular polyhedron assembled from bones, sticks, and straw. Inside, a disturbing fish head with empty eye sockets stares at you. Aside from poking at it suspiciously, there is nothing else to do with the fish head charm at this time. The curtains remain shut before you.
Ignore for now. Alright. Gonna head out. Yeah, I'll come back later. Whoa. Hello, is there more dialogue with you?
Hello
Not
again,
right.
sir.
Oh, I can retry this. Alright, let's do it.
You fail to
Oh,
deduce
come on.
anything She waits intently.
I deduced that you're a
Come
girl.
on, anyone would notice that.
See you around. And maybe check a few more things before I call it. I do wish I have map though. Just gotta figure out where to get some cash monies.
Yes?
No, there was something that... Hold on, let me just do this first. Right, there's a thing here that... Here. Mm-hmm. Let's talk
A
to this.
striking woman
Oh,
leans
this lady.
against the cabin top of her sailing boat, smiling as you approach. Her green raincoat glistens with droplets. A silk scarf is tied around her throat.
Good afternoon, officers. I'm Joyce. Joyce L. Messier. I represent the board of Wild Pines, the owners of the harbour. You gentlemen must be from the RCM.
Joyce L, what does the L stand
Peyton,
for?
my maiden name.
It's the RCM.
I meant you, the Revachol Citizens Militia, the police.
What gave us
Nothing,
away?
honestly. I've said it to every drunk in town, and you're the first one who's responded.
What is implied here? That you're a drunk?
Shake your hand. I am a drunk.
I'm glad to see you here. I was dispatched to handle a strike, not a lynching. Anything I can do to assist the RCM in this matter, I will, gladly.
That is good to hear, madame. My colleague will take the lead on this interview. I should let you know that he is recovering from an unusual medical episode. Very unusual. But I can assure you of his ultimate competency.
Kim, you are too kind to the MC.
There's a trace of irony in his voice. Mischief, even. The lieutenant is hatching some scheme.
How interesting. I wish you a swift recovery. In the meanwhile, you have my full cooperation, and the full cooperation of the Wild Pines group.
It's hard to get a read on her precise disposition, but she appears helpful.
You're on a boat.
Why, yes I am.
Not a lot of people on boats, are there?
Of course there are. We're on an archipelago. How else are
Yeah,
you supposed
what?
to get around?
Wait, we're on an archipelago?
Yes, we are. We are on Le Caillou.
Le Caillou. Oh, we're in Revachol.
We are. And the city of Revachol is on the island of Le Caillou.
Seen anyone else sail a boat around here?
I haven't seen anyone else drive a souped-up Capri Kenema motor carriage either.
Oh, dang.
Actually, that motor carriage has been specially issued to serve as a patrol and pursuit vehicle. It's for crossing long distances in the greater Revachol industrial harbor. It's not a toy.
Neither is this. A toy, I mean. It's a machine for crossing long distances in the Bay of Revachol, between the city and the islands.
She's having a good time arguing against the law. Too good, perhaps.
Does she have a
The
name?
boat? No. It is called Cor de Lady. 19, because that's the type of sloop it is.
The word "it" feels strange. Such a beautiful boat deserves a proper name. A breeze ripples through the sails and tugs at your hair. Below, the sleek, fish-like shape of the hull parts the water. Beneath that, a resounding darkness. You're reminded of something. Or someone.
Her boat really needs a name? What? It's her boat. Whatever. What kind of boat is it?
It's a pleasure craft, a 19 pacer. It also happens to be rated for Category 1 racing. Though these days I mainly use it for business.
Let's try giving a
Okay.
name.
How about Cordelechi 19?
Alright.
Why? Because it was manufactured in Revachol East by a company called Cordelechi, and its hull is 19 paces long.
How about Dolores?
Why Dolores?
Just like that name for some reason.
Well, it means nothing to me. I think I'll stick with the factory name. But thank you for the suggestion.
How do you like
My
it?
sloop? I like it a lot. It's the eel's hips, baby.
What?
I'm enjoying this part of the interview. It has so little to do with the murder we're investigating.
Thanks, kid.
I really do, the lieutenant thinks. Is she thrown off yet? He's looking at the woman, assessing her.
You have a license for this boat?
Officer, I assure you I'm a highly qualified pleasure craft operator.
The crowns of her teeth are porcelain, white as the boat's hull as she smiles. Qualified pleasure craft operator. So charming. Where's the damn license?
Guess your
I
license.
just renewed its safety inspection last month, officers. It is completely seaworthy. In fact, it's taken part in not one, but 2 insulindic regattas. Even finished once.
What happened to the other time?
The other time, I would have finished the race were it not for an urgent work matter, much like the one I'm on now.
That's good enough for me.
Why
Whatever.
wouldn't it be? This is Revachol, Wayfair Act and all. Anyone can drive a boat.
Think I have a handle on this boat
Good.
thing. Tell me your Wild
What we
Pines.
do. I'm afraid I don't speak for Wild Pines as a whole. It's a giant undertaking.
What do they do?
The Pines' core competency is logistics. Container shipping, freight,
okay.
that sort of thing. See those airships there, blinking? Those are the shipping side of things. And that is the terminal. Another subdivision deals with energy, oil and gas exploration, offshore platforms.
How much money? Don't really
She
care.
nods.
Tell me about the strike.
Everything. Right up to, but not including, trade secrets.
Yeah, I want to hear about
First,
the
you'd have
trade
to repeal
secrets.
the Emergencies Act of Trade in Elements that gives me the right to silence. It's quite the octopus.
An octopus? I will slay it.
Good luck is only kept in place by the vested interests of half the civilized world, including your own.
What the ma'am means is that the Emergencies Act and the RCM both get their authority from the coalition government.
But I am derailing us. You wanted to know about the strike.
Yes,
I
what's your role
believe
in
the
this
official
precisely?
title is Senior Labour Negotiator. In practice, I'm a grocery clerk. I relay the union's demands to Wild Pines and return with Wild Pines' counteroffer.
Alright.
And how are the talks going?
They're not. That's the problem. The union stopped all negotiations a week ago, after that awful lynching took place. Now they won't even let me into the harbour. There's a 2-meter-20 racist behemoth blocking the gates.
Tell me more about this
What
behemoth.
can I say? The Union employs a giant covered in tattoos. A racist giant. I guess that's part of their big tent organization now.
We're in toss going before the
Let's say
lynching.
I was not making the kind of progress I'd hoped for when I first arrived.
And when did you first arrive?
I arrived 3 weeks ago. Yes, in the middle of February. The bay was still partially frozen then. I prefer to do these things on site, like the RCM.
But the strike began in December.
I wasn't the original negotiator here. I took over after Mr. Gaumont hit a wall with Mr. Clare, the union boss. Mr. Clare refused to speak with Gaumont despite concessions he'd granted the union in prior negotiations.
This isn't the first time the union has gone on strike?
Heavens no. There have been 2 prior strikes. Both times the union won significant concessions, including overtime pay and a medical plan. This time their demands are more, I guess you could say, aggressive.
What happened to Guillemont?
Mr. Clare told him to... how did he put it? Fuck off, midget. Gaumont is short of stature, you see.
Okay then.
Yes. Keep in mind, this is a negotiator Mr. Clare has worked with before, and who was more than fair with him and the union.
Sounds like usual aggressive posturing.
What are their
There are
demands?
leaflets everywhere, and banners. What did they say again? Oh yes. Every worker, a member of the board.
Oh god. I mean, it's like a shareholder thing? Sure, I like
Then
it.
you might also like their other slogan. Demand democracy.
Not hard communist enough for me. Yeah, it's a good one, sure.
Personally, I don't think it has the same pizzazzo as every worker, a member of the board.
What exactly do they mean by it, though?
It's quite simple, you see. Every time the Wild Pines group makes a decision about what? About anything, really, it needs the signature of each of the 2,200 workers in its Martinez terminal. Just
That's
so you
really funny.
understand, this is but one of 22 terminals owned by Wild Pines. Essentially, not only are they kings of the company, they are also kings of the 72,000 employees of Wild Pines Group.
That is pretty funny.
They're having a blast. But how can they afford it? After 4 months, my assumption was they would prefer a more practical solution.
What are you gonna do?
I'm not sure. Naturally, I assumed that was just their opening position, a hard-nosed tactic with a side of mockery. But there's been no follow-up, just the same nonsensical slogan repeated over and over again. And now, people are getting lynched, I hear. Behind the whirling in rags. A disastrous situation if there ever was one.
Excuse me, from whom did you hear about this lynching?
I first heard it from the bowyer at the gates. The one whose very name advertises his aversion to work. I think he said it was, "Call me mañana."
This checks out.
Tell me about the union boss.
Everard Clare is a man of the utmost integrity. If you can say one thing about him, it's that he always puts the interests of the workers first.
Really?
Of course not. Everard is fantastically corrupt. I imagine he has a thick, viscous goo where you and I have blood.
Is he that bad?
He is the most corrupt individual I have ever seen.
Wow.
And I deal with men like him for a living. If there is anyone more venal, more irredeemably nepotistic, then it's his twin brother, Edgar.
Yeah, there are 2 of them?
Yes, Edgar looks exactly like his brother, except for that lazy eye. He also talks exactly like Everard does. And when one's term as foreman is up, the other takes over.
Oh.
It's how they circumvent the term limits, you see, with a funny little switcheroo. While in office, they've embezzled God knows how much of their workers' dues.
How about the union itself?
The Débardeurs Union was once a perfectly normal institution. 20 years ago, anyway. It must not have been easy to establish under the Emergency Act, but they did it. I can respect that. Organised labour at its best, as they say. Then something happened in the local chapter elections. The brothers Clare came and transformed it into a... how do you say?
A mob. The Débardeurs are a crime syndicate. Sad as it may be, I suspect we'll be forced to cooperate with them.
Refreshingly honest, officer. The company has tried appeasing in the past, but I'm afraid our concessions have only emboldened Everard and his brother. And your opinion, Detective, if I may ask? I'm a curious and talkative person, you see. Would you say the Débardeurs Union is...
I feel like it's beyond effective advocate at this point. Giant leech, base. Yeah, at this point, they're not doing anything. Sucking the life out of Revachol.
Indeed. And a hungry one. Sadly, Wild Pines have cooperated with what amounts to a crime syndicate for 2 decades. However much you feed the leech always hungers.
Did something happen in the
I'm
elections?
glad you asked. There was a woman, the previous forewoman of the union. She disappeared.
Ooh.
Disappeared?
Yes. On the last day of the local chapter elections, her daughter phoned in and said she wasn't running anymore. Or coming to work. Ever. End of story.
Some kind of extortion?
Indeed. The company suspects foul play, but there's nothing they could do. It was a union matter. The point of the presentation is, these kinds of things happen around the Clares. Watch out when you're dealing with him.
Noted.
Thank you for your concern, ma'am. We'll be just fine.
Will we, Kim? Let's change
Of
the
course.
topic. I
How
do
else
want to
can I
know about
help?
the lynching.
Quite a few things, I'm afraid. The information I'm to share with you includes sensitive trade secrets. For the sake of my employer, I have to ask for your names and badge numbers.
Well, unfortunate for you.
Of course, ma'am. We should have introduced ourselves. I am Lieutenant Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. And this is my colleague from Precinct 41. I'm afraid he doesn't have his badge at the moment. I hope mine will suffice.
Smooth, Kim.
How
Thank you.
curious. Why is that, Detective?
Awkwardness washes over the conversation. The woman doesn't like this turn of events.
Yeah. Had a medical episode, right?
I see. So, are you saying you lost your badge during the course of this episode?
Am I too forward with telling her my whole situation, though? Yes.
I can't hear you, darling. Speak up, please.
Oh, come on. Okay, I'm not gonna include drinking in all this. Could have eaten it for all I know. Don't remember anything.
Oh, dear. Some kind of encephalopathic amnesia. I don't even know how to respond. I do believe you, naive as that may sound. I simply can't imagine what you gain by faking such a condition.
Thank you. Thank you for understanding.
As I said, ma'am, his technique may be very unconventional, but he is an officer of the RCM.
Of course, I sympathize, but I'm afraid I simply can't share anything more until I've seen that badge.
Good to know.
Hang on. She's a professional negotiator. She should be open to some sort of mutually beneficial arrangement.
Yeah, let's roll on this.
She's
Yeah,
a negotiator.
yeah.
Just float a favor at her. Insinuate.
Surely there's some other way to demonstrate our law enforcement credentials.
I will be frank with you. If I'm going to break protocol, I need to be able to justify it to my superiors. They're going to want to see something very tangible.
You're in, but expect her to drive a hard bargain.
Like what?
Reports from inside Terminal B suggest it's a hub for the local drug trade. This is an open secret in Martinez. The Union controls the terminal, so it goes to reason.
They're profiting from this trade.
The company has tried looking into this matter before, to no avail. Perhaps someone with your authority and resources might turn over the right stones.
All right.
Or you can recover your badge. Though if I may be blunt with you, it sounds like that may be a lost cause.
I agree.
Detective, a word in private before we continue.
Excuse us for a moment. Let's talk.
This is not going quite as I hoped it would, Detective.
How did you hope it
Honestly,
would go?
I was expecting you to use your unorthodox technique to keep her off balance and, not volunteer us to be her henchman.
I thought it was going well.
This
yeah.
woman is running circles around us. She might have known about your misplaced badge all along, or she's simply an adept improviser. Either way, we've played straight into her hands.
Maybe I should have pushed for the license.
He doesn't let it show, but there is a limit to how much the consequences of your unprofessional behavior can cost the investigation.
I'll handle it.
It would not hurt if you tried more in the future, yes.
What do you propose?
No. If there is reasonable suspicion, we must
Yeah.
investigate. Otherwise, she could claim we're siding with the Union, or that we're on their take. We'd never hear the end of it. What I propose is, we ask her, then we investigate, briefly. But do not share the outcome of this investigation with her. We tell her it's done and demand for her information on the lynching. Oh, that would be
Yeah.
fantastic,
The
but do we have the
badge.
time? The world is large and your badge is 8 by 6 centimeters. You could request a new one from your station, but that would literally take months.
Alright, let's get back to her.
You're
Keep
back.
talking.
Good. What can I help you with?
Oh, might as well just
It's
go
quite
with this trafficking
straightforward.
thing.
Someone is using Terminal B to smuggle raw ingredients from the Samar and Isola into Revachol with the Union's blessing. Wild Pines has suspected it for years.
Ingredients for what, ma'am?
Meth and dextroamphetamine, GBL, and various synthetic psychedelics. Honestly, it might be quicker to say what you can't make from the stuff.
Materials come from Samara to Revachol through the
Yes.
terminal?
After they clear the terminal, we lose track. The actual production is taking place at various sites in and around Jamrock Quarter, north of here.
Wild Pine seems to be well apprised of the local drug trade, ma'am. Do you mean to say the Union also produces the product? Sells drugs, I mean?
We're in logistics. It's our business to know. And no. As far as the company knows, the Union does not produce it. They transport the ingredients for a cut. Yes, but you won't get anything out of Evrat and the Dock Workers Union. Still, every chain has its weak link.
Am I gonna need bolt cutters for this? I do have one.
Unlikely, officer. I'm talking about the lorries. Once the ingredients reach Jamrock, they're distributed to a network of local manufacturers, well beyond our grasp. But in transit, they may be vulnerable. Perhaps you've noticed that a number of lorries are tangled in a traffic jam at the roundabout just now. Interview the drivers who are still hanging about. One of them might be waiting for a crucial shipment. I'll be explicit. If you find this driver, I will share company secrets with you.
You'll be indebted to her, in a way, but one step ahead of the Union in another.
Why didn't you come to the RCM earlier?
We did, on more than one occasion. Apparently, there's some sort of inter-precinct disagreement about whose jurisdiction this area falls under.
Of course.
We know the company has launched its own probe into the Union's alleged involvement. We also know it's come up empty. It's not just the RCM. No one's been able to find any hard evidence.
Well, here's your chance, officers.
It's no coincidence the lawyers are stranded there like that, is
No.
it?
We asked East Motor Track to raise the drawbridge. The road company is a partner of one of our subsidiaries. However, this is a limited time opportunity. Once the complaint has been processed by the Trade Committee, they'll have no choice but to lower the drawbridge, and the operation will continue. Thousands of litres of raw ingredients will pour onto the streets of Revachol. Not the east across the river, but the west. The vulnerable, the weary.
Well, at least this solves one mystery.
What is that, Lieutenant?
Why I had to call East Motor Track and beg them to open a drawbridge for me. I'd wondered since I first drove in, on my motor carriage.
I am sorry for the inconvenience, Lieutenant Kisaragi, but we need them trapped here. This is a unique opportunity. I'm sure you understand.
What proof do you have that the Union is involved?
How do you think they're financing this strike? There are thousands of unpaid dock workers going strong for the 4th month straight.
There was a shakedown of local businesses preceding the strike. Many were squeezed to bankruptcy to fund it.
With all due
that
respect
sucks.
to these desert cacti, the contents of a few cash registers cannot provide for 2,000 men. The local businesses can scarcely provide for themselves.
Yep.
Precisely. Smuggled out of that very gate at night, most likely, then loaded onto lorries and driven to Jamrock. You simply need to find one driver who will open up to you.
It sounds like she tried looking into it herself, though she's clearly not the type your typical lorryman would confide in.
Let's discuss something else.
She simply nods.
That's it
Of
for
course,
now.
Detective.
And let me just check what's new here. Oh, it's a new level up. Oh. I'll look into this later, probably. Hand-eye coordination. It's here. Yes. Alright, that's... I'm gonna call it night here. So, yep, thank you for watching. Hopefully, next time I'll have Dixon with me to make this a little bit less boring, a bit more engaging, I guess. Yep. Anyways, thank you for watching. I'll see you all next time. Bye.